Okay, so I have recently discovered a new feature on Roblox, and specifically I'm going to be talking about a feature within the game Arsenal. And now, everyone here knows, like if you have watched any of my videos before, you know that the game I play most on Roblox is Arsenal, so the fact that it took me this long to notice that this was a feature, I feel like that probably says something bad about me. Like, how much do I not pay attention to a point where this feature has been a thing for like a month or so, and the only reason that I noticed it did exist is because somebody used it against me recently. But basically, I don't really want to waste any time with this. There is a feature in Arsenal right now, and it's kind of new. If you go into the game, and I believe you have to be over level 100 inside of Arsenal to actually be able to use this feature, which I think makes it slightly better, but given the circumstances and the experience that I have personally had with this, it's still not 100% perfect, and there is still a lot of problems with this. But if you enter the game right now, if you are over level 100, press the 0 key on your keyboard and this box will pop up right here. It's a vote to kick box. And so basically in this box we have the player list, we have the reason for voting to kick that player, and then there is a note to the side, and the note says vote kick is used to remove exploiters from the server and should be used for this purpose and this purpose alone. Abusing the vote kick system can and will lead to temporary removal of your vote kicking privileges. Make sure the player you are voting out is cheating. And so basically in the vote kick box there is a player list. Click on whichever player you believe is exploiting and then select the reason exploiting. It's literally the only reason in the entire box. I don't know with the reason being there still, even though there is only one option. I assume they are going to add more reasons in the future, but for now the only reason is exploiting, and then you press on the red vote kick button in the bottom right corner, and from there I believe it's going to ask every player in the server if you think that this person should be kicked or not. If the majority of people press yes, then that person will be kicked from the server. If the majority of people press no, they will not be kicked from the server. It's pretty straightforward, and it's exactly what it says it is on the box. But here's the problem that I have with this, and it is a very big problem. I mean, I think it goes without saying, a lot of people probably already guessed this, but this feature is very heavily abused. And I know that there is a massive note, it takes up a third of the box, saying that it should be used exclusively for kicking exploiters and absolutely no other reasons, and abuse will result in the removal of those privileges, which is absolutely fine. That is great. I'm glad that they do have some kind of system in place to stop people from abusing, or at least if somebody does ever abuse this feature, they will have it taken away from them. But that's clearly not stopping people, because I have had it used on me multiple times in the last 24 hours. Like, when I play Arsenal a lot. When I am playing, I usually always have people telling me that I was hacking anywhere. Like, literally every single server I've ever been in, every single game that I have ever played of Arsenal, I have people in the chat telling me that I'm hacking or that I'm exploiting, or just people getting really, really angry at me for winning or for killing them, or just basically anything like that. They will be in that chat telling me to stop exploiting to spite me. Obviously not exploiting. Why would I ever exploit? Like, I know I've even had a few times where I've had those people in the chat in the backgrounds of my videos, and completely unrelated to the video, people will comment on that video, look at the chat during this timestamp, somebody's accusing Chloe of hacking. But you see, I recently had an experience, and when I say recently, I mean this happened yesterday, where someone spent one whole entire hour spamming the chat about how I am hacking, because, like, simply no other fact than I was winning a lot. And I guess I kept targeting this person as well, because it's always fun to target people who are crying about losing the game or just accusing you of hacking. If somebody accuses me of hacking, I think instantly, subconsciously, without thinking about it, I will start targeting them. But someone joined the server, and obviously they had no idea what was going on. The first thing that they saw when they joined the server was somebody spamming the chat about me hacking, so I guess I don't really blame that person. But the first thing that they said upon joining the server was they offered to help that person who was spamming, and they said that they would start a vote kick on me to kick me out of the server for exploiting. Long story short, goes without saying, they did start a vote kick on me, and then I literally got kicked out of Arsenal for playing the game. One more time, I do not blame that person for starting the vote kick. I mean, the first thing they saw when they joined the game was somebody spamming the chat about Chloe, you're exploiting, which they definitely should have stuck around a little bit longer to see if that was actually what was going on. But at the end of the day, it wasn't that big of a deal. I literally just joined another server and kept playing. But that's when I noticed that this was not going to stop happening. People keep doing this. And I'm not the only person that this is happening to. Like, I've seen this happening to innocent bystanders as well. I will notice, even if somebody on my own team is accusing somebody on the enemy team of exploiting, if I can very clearly see that they are not exploiting, I will vote no on the vote kick option. And yeah, I feel like when people see that vote kick box appear in literally any game on Roblox, regardless of whether they think that that person should be kicked or not, I feel like the majority of people will just press yes because why not? They're gonna kick somebody and haha, that's funny. But I also think that this feature could end up being a massive cause for more exploiters rather than preventing the exploiters or having them be kicked from the servers, because even when a vote kick hasn't been started, I have seen people kick whole entire servers in the space of a few seconds. Like, I was in an Arsenal game just this morning and somebody joined the game. They said in the chat, would anyone like to see my magic trick? And then shortly after that, literally not even 3 seconds later, they kicked every single person, and the message that displayed in the kicked box was, you have been vote kicked from the session, when obviously we hadn't been vote kicked because a vote kick was never started. So overall, I just have to say right now that I do think this is a great concept, and I have to commend the efforts of the Arsenal developers, because this was absolutely needed and it was necessary for a very long time in Arsenal, and I think it's probably gonna end up being more good than it is bad. But the fact that this feature is being abused in the first place, it was inevitable, and it's not something that they can 100% prevent and avoid happening. So I want to make it very clear right now that I do not blame Arsenal for this, I do not blame the developers for this, and I hope that they don't remove this feature. I'm just simply listing my concerns with this, because what should have been a great feature to help combat the exploiters, literally one of the biggest issues surrounding Arsenal. Like, if anything, I personally would say that it's just increased the number of exploiters, because from what I saw this morning, I don't know if that was a one-off, but it basically added a new way that people can use their exploits, because that person just kicked the entire server right in front of my eyes. And obviously it's abused way more than it should be, which it was inevitable. It was always going to happen with adding a vote kick feature like this, because vote kick features in Roblox games have been around literally since I joined the game, and that was 10 years ago, all the way back in 2011, and ever since then people have abused these features, so it's nothing new that this is happening. I just think with me playing Arsenal a lot and with me being apparently a new target for the abuse of this vote kick feature, I just kind of wanted to voice my concerns, because it can be especially frustrating when I am just trying to record a video and halfway through that video it could be like the best footage that I have ever recorded, and all of a sudden it's completely ruined because somebody vote kicked me because I was winning. I don't know, maybe this is just something that I'm facing, maybe this isn't a universal experience, or maybe it is, or perhaps this is a big possibility, maybe I just complain a little bit too much. So I would absolutely love to hear your experiences with the new Arsenal vote kick feature as well, because I want to know if I'm alone with this or not. So one more time, please make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe, because I will always appreciate love and support that you guys give me, and you know what, it helps me out a lot. But let me get think of Arsenal adding a vote kick feature, which should have been great, but actually people just abuse it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.